Hello and welcome to episode 9 of the Pin Podcast. I'm your host, PinUp Miami, and at the Pin Podcast, we talk about modern topics with a vintage flair. And if you want to find out more about the Pin Podcast, make sure you subscribe on iTunes, Spotify. I'm also on YouTube if you're a visual person, up on the PinUp Miami YouTube page. And you can also hit me up on the hotline, 1-833-4A-PINUP. If you have any questions, guest ideas, just hit me up there. And today I have a very special guest. Super special. She has a personality all of her own. She's a full-time pinup girl, a burlesque dancer. She's an amazing dancer. I could even tell you as from experience. I have been following her for a long time. And I actually got to meet her at Viva East in 2017. And here we have Miss Anne Marie Winter. How are you doing today?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Thank you for having me. I missed you so much. Oh my God.
I missed you too. So tell us a little bit about you. I'm good.
Well, about me, as you mentioned, sweet of you, I'm a pinup girl. I don't like to use term model because all the pinup girls are models then, let's be honest.
I agree with you.
Yeah. I'm pinup girl. I love vintage. I love everything authentic. I absolutely admire rockabilly culture and I love dancing. We danced before. Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah,
a lot of fun.
Shows definitely. And I'm a burlesque dancer. It's my new passion of mine. However, not now. And apparently I discovered myself that I can do some art. Yeah.
Yes. We're going to talk all about that, but I want to find out first of, how does a beautiful girl from Russia come to America and be a pinup? Tell me.
It's a long story, it's we all getting here somehow, right? So I moved here 10 years ago, and I was looking like everybody else wearing modern clothes, but back then I also wore only dresses. It was my thing, and I thought it's super cool. And then I was always hesitant to wear fun colors or anything, so I just don't want to stand out of the crowd. And one day, I'll be honest, I was just browsing for pretty summer dress, and I saw a beautiful dress with cherries. Okay.
Cherries.
And that's how I found about, that actually there is a vintage fashion inspired clothes nowadays. And I was honestly blown away with that, because I always thought that, it's in the past, it's so beautiful, it's not real. Oh, it's just in the movies, it's impossible. And then I was like, I want to be like her. I want to look like all these ladies. And I honestly purchased my very first dress, and I was like, okay, I had very straight hair, natural color, and no eyebrows, or makeup back then. And I was like, I think I look cute. When I found my picture of myself so many years ago when I just started doing pinup, I was like, girl, don't do it. Yeah, so you know how it is. You just fulfilling your wardrobe. That's how I started to learn more about the culture itself, learn how to style my own hair, do my makeup, I got bold enough to dye my hair funky color, pink, and that's pretty much how.
I remember when you had the pink hair.
It was crazy. I loved it though. When I started to dye my hair different colors, I couldn't stop, because I was pink, green, blue, pink and green together, then something else, purple. and I end up this year shaving my hair off completely, so that's why I can rock all my wigs.
Now you change it up all the time. You're like a chameleon.
Yeah.
So then how did you get into burlesque?
Okay, so you know how it is. Like, I think it's all about the stages, of living retro-inspired life. It's like you're changing how you look inside. You're changing, you change how you look outside. You're changing inside a little bit. You're getting more knowledgeable. Like, you learn how to accept and love yourself, how to spread it.
That's the key.
Yeah, how to spread this love towards other women. You learn how to respect, other women and to encourage them. And I actually got confident enough, about my body. I started to accept my body because, hey, I'm not a thin girl, I got everything. And then, I had the surgery, and this surgery left some, scars on me. And I was like, oh my God, I hate myself. I look horrible. I fell into this like desperate kind of state in my mind. And then I was like, no, I got to change it. I have to do something that will empower me, and it should be something cool. So I was like, what is the next step in my retro vintage life? Burlesque. Let's do burlesque. That's all how it started.
And you make all your outfits. I love your lobster one.
It's crazy. Honestly, lobster, I think it's my... Oh, lobster is like actually not my very first look, but it's like very significant look of mine because I was able to perform in it in a historical place. It's in the Coney Island stage.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh!
I'm very proud of this moment. It was like last summer. And I had the chance to take multiple classes and the master classes from Jo Books Weldon. She's like iconic. And she had a master class in Coney Island, and they had a theme, it's called like a fromage fali, something related to cheese. And I was like, I don't know how I can bring together, lobster, that's what I had in my mind, and cheese. And I was like, I don't know, it's not gonna work. No, I don't know. And then I was like, okay, I think lobster mac and cheese sounds good. Because I always think about food, You can see it, you cannot see that I like food,
Me too! We are food positive here.
So, I was like, how I can make lobster mac and cheese on the stage, because you cannot carry the food on the stage, you cannot have any props like that. So I was like, let me fake it. So I found actually in the garbage, huge fridge box, from the refrigerators. So I painted it all like blue to fake the Kraft mac and cheese, box. And I ordered from the printing house, like similar, like huge poster that will represent mac and cheese, but instead of the Kraft label, I wrote there Miss and Mary, and then so it was like a giant a big box of the mac and cheese, fake prop, and on a stage, like when the curtains, started to open, audience, they saw only huge box of mac and cheese and they had no clue. And then I came out of it.
Surprise!
Yeah, it was cool. Actually, they decided to keep this prop on the museum, at the Museum of the Coney Island. Yeah.
Wow! That's amazing.
I know, I'm so excited. I was like, I told them, like, I'm not carrying this back to New Jersey. You guys, like, toss it, do whatever. And they're like, no, we're putting it to the museum. I was like, oh my God.
That's awesome. So now your name is at the museum in a box of cheese. So I'm curious. The first time you performed, that wasn't your first performance,
no, it was my
right?
Second.
Was the first one, like, I would be all nervous. How was it, and how did you overcome your nerves?
I can express myself freely? I'm
Yes.
attention
Yes,
whore,
you can.
okay?
So you loved it, every minute of it.
I love attention, and the only thing what I was worried about like choreography, because I had to actually put together everything myself for the very first performance. But it was a lot of practice and so on. Most important is actually like contact with the audience, and I think I have it like naturally. I really don't care. I'm not shy.
Yes.
So it was a very good experience, and the crowd and the audience was so cheerful, and I was like, I love it. Can I do it again? And I want to do it again.
Well, especially since you love that attention, like that just feeds you to want to do more and more.
I'm addicted.
But that's also a good thing, because that's like it comes across on your Instagram, because that's when I first started knowing of you on Instagram, and then I met you at Viva East, and I remember there was this one night you loved my dress, and I was like, girl, you could have it. It wasn't like it was what and then the next day she thought I was lying, and I gave it to you. It was dirty, but I gave it to you.
Here, but wash it first, okay?
Yeah, we were dancing the night before, the whole night. And I love your hey, what's the word I'm looking for? Your spirit on the dance floor. You enter the contest. You just have fun, and I think that's why everyone around you is also having fun, and you just bring up the level of funness to the next level.
Like with your fun life, right? We have to take maximum of it.
Yes.
If you surround yourself with people who have same energy and like same, desire for love for dances and so on, I think it's amazing. That's like boosting your energy and boosting their fun itself. So that's why I'm bubbly.
Were you always bubbly, or was it took you? So how did you become the person that your personality today? Did it take some time? Were you always bubbly, or did you go through shyness?
No, I never was a shy kid.
Well, because for me, I used to be shy, and now I like to think I'm more outgoing. Yeah.
I cannot believe it. Oh my God.
Yes.
Wow. That's something new I learned today.
Yeah, it took me a while to be who I am today. I used to be very to myself, and I was a twin, so I was always compared.
Seriously.
Yes. We look nothing alike.
Okay, all right. Because if I would have two of you in the same time, I would be like having heart attack.
You're good. She's very Miamian, and she loves ultra, so she's into the party scene, like
All right.
And she's actually going to be a guest on my show one week, but she's a nurse, so she's been very busy because in Florida this COVID has been going crazy. But I want her to talk about her experience at the hospital.
I hope she's doing well and she's safe, and honestly, thank her for what she's doing. I appreciate it too.
I will. Yeah, I'm making her masks. I'm her designated mask maker.
That's how the crafty sister is doing,
Yes. I'm the one that makes all her stuff.
So cool.
So let me see. So I know, at least for me, since I put myself out there and you also put yourself out there, how do you deal with like haters or people that body shame?
Oh my God. When it's all just started, for me, of course I started to get this attention, and to be honest, it was very painful in the beginning, like very painful. And then, after a while, I started to think about it more and more and think it's like, listen, they are putting actually their bad feelings, which they have inside just towards anybody. They're not targeting you exactly, or maybe they can't target you because they just want to say all their hatred, their thoughts, to somebody, I was like, I have nothing to do with their own feelings. I don't feel like myself, what they think of me. I think I'm great, yes, I'm fat. And, I learned. It took me actually years, but in the beginning it was very, very harsh and very hard. And it was emotional. And I had these breakdowns like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm ugly. I don't deserve to be known. And
Yeah.
it just like I think you just need to go over that, and then you're like, whatever, speak about me, cool, you're talking bad about me, even better, spread the word, guys, spread the word.
That's the same thing that happened to me. After a while, you just start to realize, like, it's their issue. It's not me. I'm having fun with what I'm doing.
I mean, like, do I care how they look or how they feeling? I don't. So whatever.
Just like I saw a TikTok of yours. If you want to follow her on TikTok, is Miss Anne Marie. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm going to put pictures to whatever she's talking about so you guys can have a visual. But I love, there's this TikTok you posted that somebody commented, stop, like, about you eating. And then you just responded back with the video eating. And I was like, this is perfect because it's none of his business.
Yeah, I mean, she said, like, oh, as big as the woman, as stupid as she is, like, basically meaning, like, stop eating, you fat bitch, that's what she mean. And I'm like, let me grab some bread, I mean, like, whatever,
I loved it.
You want to say me that I have to stop eating? Who are you? Are you my dietitian? Are you my doctor? No. So, bitch, enjoy. Let's have some bread.
And now that the world, talking about TikTok, a lot of people have gone into TikTok because of the whole pandemic. You've also done something that has made you stand out from everyone on my Instagram feed and Facebook. You started this art in isolation, correct? Tell us how that started. I want to know.
It actually started, like, I know exactly the date, actually. I know the date. It was April 4th. April 4th, I was added to the group, Russian group, on Facebook, which is called Art in Isolation. And they had like a challenges about like, try to make art with whatever you have home, but it has to be absolutely similar to what you see on original art. So do it from whatever props you can, And I usually like person who hates to be added to the group. So, it's like you can see on my Facebook page always, don't know about me to groups. So I was like, who added me? Who is gonna be my victim? And I started just to scroll, to see what it's about. And I was like, I love it. People are so good. People are so creative. And I was like, I picked up just random picture online, which I thought is fun. It's not like super classy and like Renaissance women and so on, because I'm not into that. I'm not that classic Renaissance women, type. And I was like, I need to pick up something that is fun. It can be hilarious or it can be ugly, whatever, and I found fun picture which is like of unrealistic woman, portrait. So it's like woman with a face super long, and thin nose, super tiny lips, huge eyes, and she has like a wrap on her head. And I was like, okay, let me look what I have. I found like pieces of fabric home because from my burlesque costuming thing, and I decided to try to paint, on me this nose and so on. And I did, and it was like, if you ask me now, I think it's ugly.
But at the moment, it was
good. At that moment, it was good, and it got like incredible, feedback from people. I was chosen by editors, this work was chosen by editors, like a great work, blah, blah, blah. And I was so inspired. I was like, I started as a joke, but it's fun. Let me do it again. Yeah, and yeah, that's how I got hooked, But, once you do something, you like try to learn how to do it better, how to make things better, And since we are on pandemic, everything was closed, so I had to utilize whatever I have home, and try to fake, things or backdrops. So my backdrops usually like my curtains or, like I like to say, the sponsor of my backdrop is a black trash bags. Which is true. I just cut the trash bags.
You made it work.
I cut the trash bags.
And it looked really good. And each of them, how do you get inspired for every look? Because you recreate a different artwork in all your different pictures. How do you pick them and where do you find them?
Okay, so it's Pinterest. Let's be honest, it's Pinterest, and I just try to search for artwork. It's like usually modern artists. I try to look for artists who are 20th century or nowadays, because it's closer to me and closer to people understanding what's going on. And how it usually like I choose, I was like, I scroll through different arts and I see, oh my god, this is so ugly, I love it, let me do it. Yeah.
Hey, that gets the most attention.
I don't know, it's like I
and Disney, you've done Disney, you've done Ursula.
It's like I started with the art, and then I was like, let me try to do something else too, but to be in the same thing. So I started to pick up the cartoon characters, or movie characters. And again, I'm not professional. I don't really have like a super major, makeup skills. I don't have like great makeup, in my home saying like, oh, this is the foundation for that. Here's my special brush. I bought it for $400. Look at that. No, I don't have all that. Okay. It's a Walgreens. That's my stuff. So,
and
sorry,
but you've been killing it. I really love them, and I feel like they get better every time. So, I want everyone to make sure they follow you on Instagram, Anne Marie Winter. I'm gonna put it right here.
No, my Instagram
they
is
have to check
Miss
it out.
Anne Mary, and my TikTok is Anne Mary Winter.
Oh, I got confused. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll clarify.
Okay. Yeah.
And have you had a favorite look so far, or you love every new one?
Yeah, I like every new one. I think that the previous one was like, meh, and like, oh, this one is really cool. I love it. It's so good. It's so popping. And then I was like, no, I saw something better. No, but I have favorite ones. I have. I love Ursula, so Ursula will be my forever favorite, because she's a badass. And I have one of the favorite looks, which is Jafar from Aladdin.
Oh, that was good.
Because, it was like my very first man who I did, and I had to cut the hair from the wig I have. So it glued that on me, so to look realistic and stuff. So it was really great experience and weird experience, and I loved it, So Jafar, Ursula, and one of the arts I really love, it's art from Otto Dix. He's a well-known artist, and he has art which is called Brodel Madame, and she's like super ugly woman, like wearing the corset and standing with a cigarette. She has like super horrible, painting like face. She's ugly, okay. But it's let me tell you, there is something in art when you try to not look like pretty and dolled up, when you can like really make yourself ugly, and you're like, look, that's cool. I love it. I don't know. There is something in it. It attracts me. I really love drawing on myself, like old, faces, like all wrinkled. I admire it for some reason. So I have like, there are a few works that I really love.
That's how I am with my dresses. I love every new one I make, but I do have some favorites. So
Let me guess which is your favorite. It might be the pink one, which is the longer one, has like a bustier and all fluffy.
Yes.
It might be this one. Also, it can be blue with the petals.
That's my favorite.
I got it.
That one and a Toy Story one that I made out of bed sheets.
Nice. You know, I just like I do have some of your looks that are so beautiful and they are my favorite. You know, so yeah, I'm glad I guessed.
You did. That's because I feel like we connect.
Yeah, we
like
do.
Connect.
You know, I wear a yoga dress though. Also, I you don't know that, but I have to confess. Yeah.
Oh, what do you have to confess?
So the dress which you gifted to me, you know, on Aviva, I actually turned it into my burlesque costume.
That's even awesome. It's gonna be on stage.
It is on stage. It's like it became like super glamorous, all zipped up, you know, skirt, and it has like super fluffy, you know, mermaid kind of tail on the. Yeah, it's beautiful. So it's my. You're gonna see it. Like I'm gonna post later when I'll finish it. But I thought it's like this dress deserves more attention than it gets because you know I don't wear it on a daily basis. But once I return on stage, you know, it will be loved by everybody.
Yes, I'm excited to see it. You're so creative, really. Oh, and people could buy your artwork, right? I mean, your creations.
I you know, it was like a demand from people, you know, for the little like calendars, you know, fridge magnets and tote bags. So decided to give it a try and made some prints, you know, for the fridge magnets. They're actually super good, you know. I was surprised how cute they are, you know, like great quality and I had a lot of actually clients buying those like from all over the world, like from Australia, Japan, Israel, Italy, Spain, Greece. Yeah. I know.
Amazing. Are you still selling them? You sell them on your Instagram?
Like on Instagram, you can find in my bio, you can find a link to my Etsy. Yeah.
Oh, Etsy. I'll put the link in the description. Yay. I'll find it.
Thank you.
And what do you do? I have one more question about your art. What do you do with all the props that you make? Because you've made a lot of props. I see one in the back, the ice cream.
That's
it's so pretty.
You know, it's okay. It's a story. So this ice cream is actually made out of the foam balls, which you can find in a dollar store. So, and I was like, you know, I really needed ice cream for one of my arts, and I was like, okay, I cannot actually use the real ice cream because, you know, actually the photographing, you know, taking a photo of the art, you know, which I make takes forever because, you know, I don't have like super fancy lights or equipment or anything. So I'm running back and forth, you know, between camera, me, and like positioning myself. And usually I like put everything, you know, my props like put somewhere. So I was like, it's impossible with ice cream just to put it, let's say, on a table and then come back. You know, it will be all melting and nasty. And I really didn't know what to do because I didn't want to spend money on it. Let me be honest. I don't want to spend money on something which I might not need anymore, you know. And I was like, yeah, let me see what I can make. So I went to the dollar store and I saw these foam balls and a foam cone. And I was like, it looks like ice cream. So I decided to buy and then give it a try. And I was like, actually, the shape of these foam balls is too round. It's not looking right. So I was like, I cannot cut it. It doesn't cut. You know, I tried. Okay, I tried. It doesn't. And then I was like, I guess I have to melt it. So I decided to take a lighter and melt the, you know, and it starts to shape as I want, you know, that's how it all happened. Yeah. So usually all the props I honestly don't keep at all, like, because my apartment is already like, honestly, a storage of my costumes and burlesque props and so on that I really need. And to keep something more, you know, like that I definitely will not utilize more. I usually do not. But like ice cream, I'm kidding.
It's super cute.
Yeah, it's cute. I don't know for what I will need it, but you know what? I might regret later.
Maybe you'll make an ice cream burlesque act. I'm sure you're crazy to get back on stage.
Yeah, I think like, we all miss actually what we did not appreciate it that much back then. We didn't have these values like hanging out with people, seeing somebody, giving a hug.
Yeah.
Now it's a luxury. It's a luxury, and I really didn't do people, like since March, and I really like miss it so badly, and I cannot wait. But we have to keep up, realistic thinking that like we still have to be very responsible, keep social distancing, keep wearing masks, and I do, and I try to still avoid like hanging out with people if it's not necessary. It's like 99% is not necessary. So yeah, I still keep myself isolated. So let's hope the curve will flatten.
Yes, I agree. And I want to say thank you so much for being on the podcast. I appreciate it. Always a pleasure to see you any which way.
Oh my God, thank you. I'm very excited that I had a chance to see you. I had a chance to be in your new baby. It's exciting. Yes. Congratulations. It's an amazing idea to have a podcast. Wow. And yeah, it's a pleasure of mine. Thank you so much for having me and giving me a chance and opportunity to speak about crafts, art, and everything what is so close to my heart.
Yeah, and I learned a lot about you today. And next week, I want to thank also the viewers listeners for listening in. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. And next week, we're going to actually have a Middle Eastern dance artist. Her name is Roxy. She's from South Florida. So if you have any questions about Middle Eastern dancing or you're curious about anything in that area, send me a message again at 1-833-4A PinUp. And I will see you all next Wednesday.